Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
You gonna buy the new Michelle Obama book? Comes out on November the 13th. Right after the 2018 elections, right? Is she anticipating good timing? What? I don't know. Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com, 844-551-8255. I suspect most of my audience will not be buying Michelle Obama's book. However, I do know this. There are people who want to buy it. They will buy it in order to support the sister, and they're going to try to make it a huge book. It's got to be bigger than Barack, certainly bigger than anything that Ann Coulter does or Sarah Palin or things like that. There are people out there going, we got to get this book just to make, it's going to be the Black Panther of books. She tweeted it on Sunday. The book's going to come out a week after the 2018 midterm elections. It's called Becoming. They said by Sunday night, her memoir was in the top 20 on Amazon.com. Her memoir was in the top 20. It should have been number one. We're talking about Michelle Obama in the top 20. That's almost a slap in the face. Her memoir was in the top 20. The top 20, the top 5, the top 3, number 1. What are we talking about here? Let me tell you what we're talking about here, folks. Signs. I don't know. I don't have the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you this question. What do you think Melania's book would do if she had one out right about now? Called Becoming. Becoming First Lady. Immigrant First Lady. From supermodel to superwoman. I got a lot of titles. Maybe I'll just write that ghost. I'll ghost write that book. If I have to do better than mine. And I'll write funny, good books. And people, man, speaking of which, racepimping.com, doggone it. I don't beat you guys up with pimping my book, do I? I don't every 5 minutes go, yeah, like I said in my book. Yeah, like I said in my book. Did I mention my book? Racepimping.com. But if I wrote Melania's book, she'd do well. I believe that. I believe the book would do well. I believe people are interested in her. I believe she would be in the top 5 at the very least if Melania released a book. If she said the real inside dirt of the campaign, and it was like all the things that the press did and all that, man, and she teased it with some good stuff, woo, I might buy it. What about Donald Trump? What if Donald Trump wrote a book that said, let me give you my take on what happened during my run to the presidency? You think it would open in the top 20, or do you think it would be number 1? What do you think? What do you guys think? Seriously. Number 1, right? Exactly. What, you don't think it's top 3 at least, correct? Okay. And I think you would concede the likelihood of it being number 1. Now, what could supersede it? While we're on the subject, I'm talking about producers. What could supersede it? I don't know of anybody. Barack Obama, nobody cares about him anymore. Bernie Sanders, who could write a book that would make you go, I'd read that book over. Even Denzel. I wouldn't read Denzel's book over what Trump would have to say about his inside of his election, giving us some insights. What was really going on with my strategy? Can you imagine a book like that? The real inside scoop of the Trump strategy. Democrats would buy that book. Wanting to know, what did he do? Oh my goodness, what? Let's find out what Donald Trump did so we can thwart it next time. Here's what Michelle Obama says. Writing Becoming has been a deeply personal experience. It has allowed me for the very first time the space to honestly reflect on the unexpected trajectory of my life. In this book, I talk about my roots and how a little girl from the south side of Chicago found her voice and developed the strength to use it to empower others. I hope my journey inspires readers to find the courage to become whoever they aspire to be. It's whomever, just FYI, Miss First Lady. I can't wait to share my story. Her story. Let me tell you Michelle Obama's story. She married a scoundrel Negro for a husband, half Negro, and he carried her big buttocks on his back to where she became a household word. That's it in a nutshell. If that's inspiring to you, congratulations. Michelle Obama is a disgraced lawyer, no longer practicing. Some people say disbarred. I'm not sure. But I know she no longer practices, and she's let her law license lapse. She cannot practice the bar unless she jumps through hoops, and neither can her husband. And I know for the first time in my adult life, I will never forget that statement of a person who her husband wins the election and then she's proud of the country. I don't think I've would ever hear a first lady say something so insane. But that's Michelle Obama. Said she and her husband, former President Barack Obama, last year reached a joint agreement with Penguin Random House for their respective books. The deal is believed to be in excess of $30 million. Becoming will be released in the U.S. through Crown Publishing Group, a Penguin Random House division that has published works by both Obamas. Now, here's what's interesting about this statement. Originally, when they were talking about how much money these people made, it was supposed to be $50-60 million, the biggest publishing deal in history. And suddenly they say, no, it's about 30 million. It's in excess of 30 million. They've already watered that down by half. I'm telling you, buyer's remorse I sense here. They go on to say this: memoirs by first ladies usually sell well with notable works including Laura Bush's Spoken from the Heart, Hillary Clinton's Living Story. Hers is expected to be a major commercial and cultural event. She's admired around the world and never has told her story at length. Her previous book was 2012, Working on Gardening, American Grown. 24 languages they're going to publish this book in, from Swedish to Arabic. I thought Swedish was Arabic now. Michelle Obama expects to promote Becoming in the U.S. and overseas. She's going to narrate the audio version, and according to Crown, she's working on with a team of assistants, but that every word in the finished text will be hers. So there you go. You got that to look forward to. Woohoo! There's a 2018 November thing, a November surprise. I can see people right now going, get mine on pre-order. Right, fellas? You going to pre-order yours? Oh, man. As First Lady of the United States, the first African American to serve in that role, she helped create the most welcoming and inclusive White House in history. Woo, they can spin anything, can't they? Deep reflection and mesmerizing storytelling, because that Michelle Obama can spin a yarn. I tell you what. Woo! I'm curious to see how well received it is. It's gonna be like Black Panther. You can't say anything bad about Michelle Obama's book. It was written in crayon. We got a lot to talk about, folks. Why didn't the police shoot Cruz? That's a question on people's minds.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful four-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.